To begin, we are going to look at 5 types of jewelry pliers and the 4 basic ones that I use. First off, we're going to be looking at a pair of nylon jaw pliers. These are what we use to straighten or smooth out wire while protecting the wire or the plating on the wire because of the plastic cover on the jaw of the plier. Next up is a pair of flush cutters or wire cutters, which is pretty straightforward. We use these to cut the wire. Now we are going to look at a pair of needle nose pliers. These are tapered, being wider at the base and narrower at the tip. With these, we can create a wide range of loop sizes. Next up, we have a pair of flat nose pliers, which are also tapered from the base to the tip. This particular set has a place to cut wire, and we use it to bend right angles into the wire, as well as crimping and tightening the wire. Lastly is a multi-tool, and this combines multiple types of pliers. It not only has the wire cutter, but it also has a small place for a flat nose plier, and then it has the needle nose point. This tool is really useful for a beginner because it combines multiple pliers into one, and this is what I started with. As you can see, it's pretty worn out. So I used this one for quite a few years before I finally switched to the individual sets of pliers. Obviously, it does have its drawbacks because the needle nose do not go all the way down to the base. You can't create as wide of a range of loops. And the same goes for the flat section of the pliers. With a separate set of flat nose pliers, you would be able to create a wider range of small, tight right angles. Now we're going to just create a small example of what might be a head pin, and I'm going to go over how we use each set of pliers. So first we are going to use the nylon jaw pliers to straighten the wire, and we do that by placing the wire in the pliers and holding it tightly, draw it across towards the end of the wire. Now we are going to use the needle nose pliers to create the loop of the head pin, and picking which size I want the loop, that is where I will place the wire in the pliers and then bend it around. Another use for the needle nose pliers is to hold the shape of the loop while we wrap the other end of the wire around. Once you have wrapped the wire as far as you can go with your fingers and it is too stiff to finish wrapping, we will grab the flat nose pliers to help finish it out. You can hold it by placing the needle nose pliers into the loop or holding across the loop as I am here, and then we will use the flat nose pliers to finish wrapping the wire around and tightening it against the wire. Once we have secured the spiral onto the wire, we will use the flat nose pliers to tighten the spiral against itself. Now we are going to create what would be the head of the head pin. Using the flat nose pliers, we are going to create a bend in the wire in the very tip of the pliers, and then using the flush cutters, we will cut off the extra wire. Using the flat nose pliers, we will flatten and then tighten the end closed. You won't want to miss the rest of the videos in this class because I will be giving more examples of how to use these pliers.